When thinking about communication, people often think about talking. The way we talk, the way we listen. For example, communication is the way we hold a conversation, but it's also the way we respond to a conversation. It's the fact that some of us are able to speak in public while others are not. Communication, it's identity, it's culture, and it's power. And at the end of the day, it's something different to everyone. Two people can hear the same exact conversation, but have a completely different outcome from it. One thing that comes up when we discuss communication is power distance. The idea of power distance is exactly what it sounds like. It is the distance of power in between the rich and the poor. It's the distance in how we communicate, how we express ourselves, and how others look at us. Which means that someone who has more money is going to be treated with respect compared to someone who doesn't have as much money. Well, it is easy to act like we don't have a power distance in the United States or even other distributed countries. Unfortunately, there is a difference in power and how that power is distributed among the people. For example, someone who is wealthier is going to be able to reach a larger audience. For example, our celebrities, they have a larger following on Twitter or Instagram. They're able to reach a larger audience in comparison to a normal everyday citizen who is going to have maybe 250 followers, and they're not going to be able to reach that extreme amount of audience. The idea is that even within America, the country that claims we have equality and we're all treated the same, we don't. There is no equality. Even in our Constitution, our government has stated all men are created equal. In that statement alone, we're addressing men and not people. Understanding that while men could mean all people, in that statement, we could have also gone about writing that statement as in all people are created equal, rather than that comparison of just men. Even today, in our government, we have leaders that go out in public and speak against those that don't have as much, the poor, the commonwealth, those people that work hard but can't get to the top. These leaders go out and talk about how they want to take away more from these people rather than give them more to succeed. Power distance is something that we're raised with. It's something that happens to us. We're just trained to think a certain way from a certain age, and power distance is one of those ways. In most cultures, children are taught to respect adults. They're taught to respect teachers, older siblings, family members. They're taught that these people deserve a certain kind of respect that that person themselves would not deserve. Basically, we are raised to believe that we are lower in society compared to our parents or the teacher, or obviously like the governor or the president of a country. For example, in England, children are taught from a very young age that they are supposed to show a certain kind of respect towards the royal family. They are taught how to talk in front of them, how they're supposed to bow or shake their hand when in their presence. This is teaching children that compared to them, the royal family is essentially more important. In a Forbes 2014 interview, Carlos Gomez talks about how running a company in the Netherlands is completely culturally different from running a company in Mexico, where he's originally from. Quoting Forbes, Gomez learned to lead in a culture where differences to authority are relatively high. He found it both confusing and challenging to lead a team where the boss is just seen as one of the guys. The Netherlands is one of the most egalitarian cultures in the world. While this is a normal reaction in the Netherlands, it's not a real normal reaction from where Mr. Gomez is from. Where he comes from, you are meant to respect the boss. You are meant to show him a certain kind of authority that you wouldn't show yourself or your other coworkers. However, in the Netherlands, there really isn't like a boundary between a boss and a coworker. So the boss isn't someone that is looked up to or looked towards for information. When Mr. Gomez holds weekly meetings with his team members, he struggles to get that authority across to them. When he's talking, they interrupt. They feel the need that they need to share their own opinions and ideas in regards to the information that he's providing rather than to listen to. At the end of the day, power distance exists and it's always going to exist. However, we need to be able to find a common ground. Well, the people in Netherlands have a point that everyone should be treated more equally and respect is all around to everyone. The idea is though, when your boss is in the room, you still want to be able to listen and share your ideas in a manner where it's respectful rather than rude. However, we still have other countries like England where we put a whole family on a pedestal and everyone else is literally looking up. Power distance is all around us. It is in our culture, our identity, our country, and even in our everyday life.